I love movies about the Roman Empire. In those movies, they have the coolest weapons, the coolest swords, the coolest armor, and they seem invincible. Russell Crowe in Gladiator, he's pretty much, in my mind, what it means to be a man. But the Roman Empire fell, and I was confused because they really do seem invincible, at least in the movies. When I learned how they fell, though, there were two different reasons. First of all, invaders from Germany destroyed a lot of their armies, but they never would have had a chance if it wasn't for the Roman Empire experiencing 2 plagues of smallpox. The first plague, it killed 1/3 of the population of the Roman Empire. It even killed Emperor Marcus Aurelius. And the second plague was worse. One historian found documentation that said there was supposed to be a battle, and the battle was littered with bodies before it even started. But here's what's crazy. During this time, during the 2 plagues of smallpox, Christianity grew faster than at any point in history. Look at what one of the bishops wrote. Although this mortality has contributed nothing else, it has especially accomplished this for Christians and servants of God, that we have begun gladly to seek martyrdom while we are learning not to fear death. Our brothers who have been freed from this world should not be mourned, since we know that they are not lost but sent before, that in departing they lead the way. Christians were blowing people's minds in 2 ways. First of all, Christians were the only ones not afraid of death. Secondly, the Christians took care of everybody. Now, there was an official Roman religion, and Emperor Julian, who would have been at the top, he was furious because the Christians were helping everybody. Look at what Emperor Julian wrote. I think when the poor happened to be neglected and overlooked by our priests, the Roman priests, the caring Galileans observed this and devoted themselves to benevolence. The Galileans support not only their poor, but ours as well. Everyone can see that our people lack aid from us. Julian is saying that the Christians, the Galileans, are helping everybody, and the Roman religion, they're only helping a few people. Now, here's why this is a big deal. The way that you treated the disease was simple nursing, cleaning, providing of fresh water, giving of healthy, clean food. The help was something that anybody could do, but not everybody was doing it. It was the Christians. Now, imagine that you are sick. Your neighbors, they don't want to look at you. Your other neighbors, they're pretending like you don't exist. And your wealthy neighbors, they've moved out of the house. And somebody comes to your house and says they're willing to help you out. Why? Because they're Christian. Do you think you'd be willing to listen about Jesus if that person helped nurse you back to health? It's no wonder that Christianity was growing faster at this time than at any point before or after. The Christians were serving other people because they followed a God that said everybody's life matters. The Christians were following a God that says, I love you, so you love other people. This kind of behavior proves that God exists. There's no other reason to help unless God has helped you first. The saddest thing, no, maybe it's the funniest thing. I don't know. You'll have to decide. There was a doctor named Galen, and he was the most famous doctor in the world. Do you know what he did when the plague hit? He bought a new house on the countryside and bailed. People died because Galen didn't use his talents, his skills to help people. Now, there's a lot of things in the Bible that may be up to interpretation, but one of the things that isn't is that God cares about people in need. God cares about sick people. Matthew 25 says that the people who followed Jesus took care of the sick. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go visit you? The king will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. All of us have different talents, skills, and resources that we can use right now. And if you're a Christian, that means that you take care of people. You take care of people in whatever way you can. Because when Christians don't fear death, when Christians take care of the sick, we prove that God exists. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Patrick. This is a series called What the Heaven. I'm doing an entire web series about what the Bible says and doesn't say about heaven and the afterlife. I'd love to have you watch some more of my episodes. Please consider sharing one of these videos with your friends on social media, and I would love to hear back from you. Thanks a lot.